so we're out here at Mid-Ohio and super excited, ran into John Jacobi here, who has a really cool GSX-R 750 SRAD. So John, tell us a little bit about who you are and what bike is this?
So I'm John Jacobi. Used to race AMA back in the day, the late 90s. This 99 750 was one of Chaparral Suzuki's 750s, Damon Buckmaster's bike at the time. He won 3 Supersport races that year on this bike. And as Tom Kipp, his teammates, won the championship that year. So it's really, to me, a special bike. It's got a lot of trick parts on it from the day for Supersport. I used to chase after this bike at the time. So it's really neat to have my number on this motorcycle. Having a lot of fun here at Mid-Ohio too. Great track. So
how long have you owned this motorcycle?
I've had this 4 years. Bought it from a guy in Florida, and before I believe he had it, I think it sat out in California for the majority of its life after the racing.
Gotcha.
So,
and there was a Nicky Hayden bike very similar to this, right?
Roger Lee Hayden.
Roger Lee, okay.
Yes, his brother rode for Chaparral also.
So this is a 99?
This is 99. This is the first year for fuel injection.
Okay.
Which is really nice, especially for track day guys or racing, because you don't have to mess with the carburation.
Yeah. So I've heard of people that raced these back like when they came out and they actually putting carburetors back on them because the fuel injection was tough to deal with. Is that true, or?
We didn't have that much issue back then.
Yeah.
For when I was racing, you know, you always had to have the newest and latest. So each year, as it changed, you did have some teething problems at the beginning of the season, but they used to work themselves out pretty quick.
Yeah.
I have a DynoJet box on this for mapping, so I can go from pump gas to race fuel on a weekend, which definitely helps. But really haven't had much issues with this bike. It's a plug and play.
As you guys know, I love these SRADs, and one of the reasons that I bought one is that for me, it seems like it's about the best vintage race bike because it's fuel injected. So that's really cool. Can you just give us like a walk around of the bike?
When I bought the bike, I got all the original pieces for it, all the bodywork, tanks, wheels, rotors, foot pegs. Everything was original, but they had changed up into modern new stuff. So if you do have an accident, things can be changed quickly. You're not looking for unobtainium parts anymore. So new bodywork, of course, changed the brake system a little bit. Marchesini, so I can run a 6.5 on the back, so I'm running a 200 size tire, which makes it nice because the tire technology these days are made for big 1,000 cc's, so I don't have to worry about spinning up tires, and longevity is nice. But it still has some of the original stuff. It still has a really nice titanium yoke exhaust from the day, which is something that you really can't find anymore for this bike. Some little things. Back in the day before we had like pit bull stands and stuff, they would use this for the stand. So you put a pole through here and you lift the front end up to get the front end off. Like I said, we didn't have that kind of stand in 99. So little things like that, as you look around it, you'll see that the factory teams did.
Sure. Tell us a little about the brakes. So I've had issues with the brakes on mine, and these 6-piston calipers get a bit of grief online.
Yeah, so I don't have much issues with the 6-piston calipers, but every weekend after I'm done, I go home and I do a once over on the bike. So you can buy a set of piston pliers.
Yeah.
So I pull them out, take a toothbrush, clean them real good, keep them nice. As long as you maintain them, I don't see the issue.
You've got a master cylinder and then everything else is stock.
Yes, yes. Just have the master cylinder, which helps with feel.
One thing I noticed on my SRAD was the clip-on position was really different than a modern bike. Like clip-ons are really kind of like aero and tucked in, and it seems like all the new racers are running them flat, almost like a handlebar. They
do, and that I attribute to flat tracking. A lot of the fast guys you see right now are ex or current flat trackers.
Yeah.
And back in the day it was the same way. I used to see them, they push those bars out really straight.
Yeah.
And it helps for getting through corners, but it's just I think it's a preference of how you've started and where you feel comfortable. Getting the bike to feel comfortable.
So it's not necessarily a new bike versus old bike thing, it's more just a preference.
I think it's more preference. I mean, you can walk through the paddock now and you'll see some guys, like I said, they're just straight across.
They're flat, yeah, for sure.
That feels weird to me. But from where I started in '95, it was always stock position.
Aero-like, yeah, for sure. What about the engine on this bike?
This right now is still a Superstock spec engine. Really, it's 99 spec. We went through, of course, you know, checked everything, new clutch, that kind of stuff. But we try to really keep it period correct. And these motorcycles, they take a beating. They run forever.
Really?
So as long as you maintain them nicely and you keep up on the maintenance, you shouldn't have much issue. It is hard to find though, some parts, like transmission parts, that kind of stuff. I mean, you still can get 1 or 2 OEM pieces out there, but you really have to search out there for some good used stuff.
For sure.
But you really can still maintain them and have a lot of fun out the track with them.
So you've ridden a lot of like new bikes and fast race bikes. How does riding this bike compare to like a modern superbike?
It's a different feel for sure. With my racing, I raced from '96 to 2009. So as every year the progression of the motorcycles got better and better, when you jump back on an old bike, it feels foreign to you. It is like heavy, heavy feeling.
Bigger too, probably, right?
Definitely a lot bigger. This feels much bigger than a new bike. Torque and all that's a little different, but you also have to remember we don't have traction control or any of that kind of stuff, so it's all on the wrist. Whereas a lot of the modern day bikes now, you see them with all the buttons.
Slipper clutch on this or no?
No slipper clutch in this, no. So I'm out there downshifting with the clutch. We did put an electronic shifter on it to upshift, which definitely helps, makes it a little bit more modern, but we didn't have that back then either. So a couple little things that we've done, you know, to help, but like I said, still got the Yosh tack on it. I mean, it's from '99.
I can only imagine, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you had a great racing career, and to be able to ride a bike that's similar to what you started on has got to feel pretty cool.
Yes, it does. Like I said, I stopped racing in 2009, so once I got this 4 years ago, I've done some track days with my old team, but to get back on it and get the feel back on it, I feel it feels normal again. I went back through all my notes. I found all my old racing notes from '99, so it's neat to go and do setups again and look at what I did back then here and where I'm at now. So I'm still, like I said, I'm a little older now than I was back then, but I'm within 4 seconds my times that I was in '99 on this bike right now.
That's awesome.
Now tire technology helps, but I feel good, and actually it puts a smile on your face. So that's awesome. The main thing out here. You know, it's just having fun.
John, I really appreciate it. It's super cool to talk to you about this bike and see you out there. And thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Okay. Everybody have a good day.
Awesome. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. If you like these videos and what we're doing, please give us a subscription. That would help us out a ton. And if you have any questions, definitely just leave them in the comments. So thank you.